sensational turnaround from Glen to win their first All-Ireland final here and banish the memories of what happened in Croke Park last year against Kilmacud Crokes, and they really had to do it from behind. They eventually won 2-10 to 1-12, but in the second half it just looked like everything was going wrong for them. It had been level at half time. They got a goal just before the break from Joey McDermott, which helped bring them back to parity. But early in the second half there was a run of 14 scoring chances that Glen had, and they either dropped them wide short or they had their shots blocked. And it just kind of seemed like they were going to be under awful pressure here and wouldn't be able to keep their heads, because at the other end St Brigids had scored they basically scored their first 1-3 from their first 4 chances. So it's not like they had all that much ball up at the top end of the field, but at the same time they were just converting, so they were in a great position. But I suppose the way it worked out, that second goal for Glen, it came from a turnover at the sideline, which resulted in a free for Glen. The ball was hooked across. Conor Glass caught it brilliantly, burst inside a man. The goalkeeper, Cormac Sheehy, he was retreating back to his goal, and he was just caught off guard by a brilliant shot from Conor Glass, right into the net. And I suppose from there on, it probably only looked like one winner, Glen, who pushed on with further scores from Emmett Bradley, Conor McGuckian, he got one as well. And then, to be fair to Brigids, they made it just another tenth finale. We've had 2 tenth finales here at Croke Park today. Shane Canan, he knocked over one free, very sort of nervy situation, trying to knock over a free down at the hill end. He did that brilliantly. Then they won another free right at the end, out of the 45. They were breaking into space after winning the resulting kick out from the last one. And you don't blame Glen, but they were cynical enough. And it was a tug down from McGuckin on Brian Stack, I should say. And Canan, he stood over it, and you were thinking, this is massive pressure here, and it just about tailed wide. And same in the first final, when O'Loughlin Gales had a late free, a late tough free to try and draw parity, couldn't quite get it done here, and look, it's absolute pain for them. But brilliant for Malachy O'Rourke to bring Glen to the promised land. They're a team that had so much success underage, and they finally made good at senior level. A lot of players stood up for them, including Conor Glass, who scored at 1-2, including a brilliant 45. He hit it almost like Ronaldo style. Blasted that over the bar. Emmett Bradley finished with 4 points. Michael Warnock with a brilliant point. He'd had a tough time on Ben O'Carroll, but he ended up with a brilliant point near the end. The other side, Brian Derwin scored 1-1 early in the second half for St Brigids, and I was surprised then when he was taken off after 44 minutes, because we were thinking that maybe he's the one guy who can consistently get on the score sheet and get the ball up to him, but he was taken off. Rory Fallon scored 2 points, really good. Eddie Nolan with a pair. Ben O'Carroll ran himself into the ground. He had his fingerprints on so many chances, scored a couple of frees, scored a mark, had a goal chance in the first half, which maybe if that had to be converted, they might have had that extra impetus, but it wasn't the way it panned out. But to be fair to Glen, they just kept their nerve, because they were under an awful lot of pressure throughout the game. Get over the line, brilliant All-Ireland, and to come back and do it a year after the disappointment. I think it's either the 3rd or 4th year in a row the team has lost an All-Ireland final, come back and won it the following year, so brilliant for them.